Hi, everybody. Good morning. Yesterday, we started talking about things that we are grateful for in 2018. So as we get ready, as we prepare to cross over into 2019, we are just taking a look back on the things that we are grateful for. So I am Deanna Ferguson. I know that sounds a lot different than my YouTube handle. It's Miss Merritt. Merritt is my maiden name, so I go by that for this YouTube channel. Anyway, we want to talk about what we're grateful for that transpired in 2018. Listen, I said yesterday, we know everything hasn't been perfect. We've had some highs and lows. We've had some really great victories. We've had some disappointments in our lives. But one of the things I do know for a fact is that when you have a positive outlook and you are grateful for the things that you already have, you are letting God know that He can actually trust you with more. Because the truth is, as you hear the old preacher say, if He never does another thing for you, He's already done enough for you to be grateful for. But I'm a firm believer that we can set ourselves up to go into the new year with a positive attitude as we prepare for what we want to receive, what we're going to receive, and the things that we're going to put in motion for 2019. So yesterday I talked about I was grateful for just being alive, having breath in my body, having good health, and a little bit about having a family that loves me. So I want to expand on that a little bit more today. I am the oldest of 11 brothers and sisters. I have 7 sisters and 3 brothers. To me, they are all amazing people. They're all people that I love. And I thank God for family. I am grateful for my family because in family, in the context of family, is where I learned to navigate the world. You know, I learned my first set of social skills from having a big family and having to negotiate, having to navigate, you know, what that looks like being the oldest of 7 sisters and 3 brothers. And it's amazing now because everybody's grown. My baby brother he's about to turn 29, right? So now we're all grown. And it's still a blessing. You know, we get together at the holidays, as I'm sure we will here for Christmas. Everybody has their own lives and they have gone their separate ways. I have, I have a couple of siblings that live out of town. One in Virginia, another in Atlanta, one in Kentucky. And then the rest are pretty much here, scattered throughout Michigan. My parents, thank God, are still alive. My mommy and daddy. My daddy's going to be 75 here in just a couple of weeks, actually. So, you know, we're planning something for him, and I'm just looking forward to that. So I am grateful to have a family. I'm grateful to have a big family. They are people that I can go to and that I can rely on. As I told you yesterday, I'm a Christian, so I have a Christian worldview. And I'm also grateful and I'm excited that all of my brothers and sisters are believers. And so, you know, that makes it a little easier to talk to them. Now, we do have a little bit of a generation gap, you know. Like I said, I'm the oldest. I told you all yesterday that I'm 50 and my baby brother will be 29. So there is a little bit of a gap. But the other thing I like about that is it helps to keep me informed, you know, and what I like to call keep me young, because I learn a lot from my brothers and sisters, my younger brothers and sisters. And it's just a blessing to see them at the different stages of their lives. Most of them are married. They're having children. So, you know, they're in the family stage. They're raising kids. And it's just a blessing, you know, to see that. I thank God that my dad's retired. My mom, I guess you could say, is retired too. She was a stay-at-home mom, but You know, all of her kids are grown. However, they have adopted 3 little ones. And so they're continuing, you know, in that family tradition, the way that they taught us, you know, how to live. So they're continuing that. I thank God for them. I also thank God that even though we don't all attend the same churches, you know, we're all involved in ministry in one way or another. And, you know, they have the hearts of servants. I appreciate that. Some people, when I was growing up, they were like, you know, you're a little standoffish, or you're not so friendly. And that was something I had to correct, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking I'm the most friendly person in the world, you know, because I have so many brothers and sisters. But what I found out is, because my concentration was on them, I didn't really take time to build a lot of relationships outside of my family. You know, as I started getting older and I realized I need to do something about that as well, I can say that God has also, which is my number 2, has given me great friends. So I'm also grateful for my very close friends. I've had, well, you know, my best friend, she and I have been friends over 20 years, probably closer to 25. And some of the, you know, young ladies that I grew up with, I say grew up with because we actually became friends the year we graduated from high school, and we lived together for a little while as I attended Wayne State and she attended Wayne County Community. It's so funny. When I think back on that, we had a little apartment, right? We lived in a 2-family flat on Promenade Street. That's so funny because the house isn't even standing anymore. There's actually a school over there now in the area where we used to live. And our little rent was $165 a month. You couldn't tell us anything, right? We had a spacious 2-family flat and we were going to school and we just thought we were all of that. Well, anyway, of course, you know, we're adulting now. We both have grown children. But what I thank God for also is that she is also of the household of faith. And when I look back to all the people that God has placed in my life over the years, for whatever the reason, He has given me great friends, very good friends. I cannot say I am not one of those people or one of those women that are like, oh, I can't stand women. I don't like women. I love the women of God because they come alongside you. They comfort you in hard times. You know, they get on you when you're wrong about something in love. It's really more of a sisterhood, you know, and I think we need a little bit more of that. So, you know, what do you think about that? That's my number 2. I'm grateful to have really good friends as well. My number 3, I'm going to just talk a little bit about the Advent season that we're going into again. My number 3 is I thank God for Jesus. I am grateful that I know what this holiday season is actually about. I know we got to give gifts and, you know, we're going to do all of that. We're going to make sure our babies have what they need. But I thank God that Jesus gave us, that Jesus was, I should say, the best gift that we'll ever get. And when you think about this season in the light of that, it doesn't matter, you know, how expensive or inexpensive the gift is that you get. Just remember that Jesus Christ, over 2,000 years ago, became the ultimate gift that we would receive. He was the greatest gift that we'll ever get, right? So as you're giving Secret Santa gifts, you know, and all of those things, just remember that. Also, think about really being kind to somebody during this season who would normally be overlooked, right? So we know the obvious is those that are less fortunate than us, right? Our homeless brothers and sisters. It's really cold in Michigan. Let's think about them. You know, they need coats. They need warm clothes. And for those that really want to get off the streets, they need a place to stay, you know. And I say that because I know that there are veterans who, because they are struggling with mental challenges, from PTSD to many other things, it's not so easy just to walk up to them and say, hey, come on with me. I'm going to take you somewhere warm or what have you. And that's no slight against them. They're struggling with things. So that's why I preface it by saying, for those that are ready to make that transition back into, a home, an apartment, whatever, even just spending some time in a shelter to stay warm, to freshen up, whatever they need. Let's remember them, okay? And then let's also remember those of our family and friends who are strong. They seem to be doing well, but they're not really remembered in that way at the holidays. Why? Because a lot of them, they may be single. They may not have a significant other. Like my kids, that their kids may be grown in a way, and they may be starting families. Most of their friends might be married. There could be a number of reasons, but I'm saying let's remember them also. I know as a single mother for years, after I was divorced from my ex-husband, my kids were little, and they would make me beautiful, pictures and things like that. But for years as a single mom, I did not receive gifts from anyone, because at that time of year, we are typically thinking about our families. And the truth of the matter is, it's not because I couldn't afford to buy my kids things. As a single mom, I would plan all year. I actually would buy their gifts all year long. And I'd store them in my best friend's attic so they couldn't find them. She has a little closet, in her upstairs, that I would store my baby's gifts all year long. So by the time Christmas came around, they was like, oh, mommy, look at all this stuff that we've gotten. But it wasn't because I was irresponsible and just went out the last minute, blew my whole paycheck on gifts or things like that. And there are times that my kids did receive things from others, but as a single mom, because I was a working mom, I budgeted and I made provisions and plans for my children's Christmas. But what I'm trying to say about that is, still, as a single mom, no one gave me anything, So whatever I got, I had to buy it myself. It wasn't about the price of a gift or anything like that. It's just, it would have been nice to have been thought about by somebody else, saying, hey, I know you're a single mom, your kids are really little, they're going to reach in the refrigerator and grab an orange and say, Merry Christmas, mommy, or something like that. And that's fine too. But I'm just saying, I know that there are a lot of single moms and dads, or even older parents now who may have only 1 or 2 kids, and, they live across state or something like that. Those people that are by themselves, they would like to be recognized by their family and friends sometimes also. So I'm just saying, remember the people around you as well. Think of things that you could do together. Maybe you could have a secret Santa where the gifts are $5, $10, something like that. But just so that everybody gets something. This is a time of year where we really should be joyous when we think about the real reason for the season. Make somebody's day. Send them a card. Hey, I've been thinking about you, and just here's a little something to say, happy holidays to you as well. I think if we do those things, those are the things that people remember. And it also makes them grateful. Again, let's get a grateful charge going. Anything that you can think of that you are grateful for that happened in this year. As I said yesterday, hey, even make your own video and tag me in it. or if you'd like to just leave what you're grateful for in the comments below, I'd be happy to read them. You know, we can converse that way as well. Again, I just wanted to make a little video to be encouraging. Okay, so you guys, thank you for your time. I'm going to get off now, but be blessed, and I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll continue talking about what we are grateful for that has transpired here in the year 2018 as we prepare to cross over into 2019. All right, you guys be blessed.